Welcome to Unfolding. This is the month of March. And what I want to say before I even start is that I am bringing to you a more aligned and powerful membership each month because I'm actually rolling all of my coaching work into the memberships now. So it's a big change that I'm really excited about. So what that means by rolling the membership in, it's still $25 a month, and I'm actually bringing in my pathfinding guide. I'm bringing in body of work. I'm bringing in markets. I'm bringing in just solid ideas of working as an artist and a creative, and in your life, just as a person in your life, to really live a life aligned and walk through each month that all builds on itself. So I want you to think about, if you're in here now, stay in for the next year because we just work step by step through everything. And I want you to mark in your journals where you're at right now and where you are at the end of the year. And I'll be asking you that as we get closer to the end of the year. How does that sound? So first thing, make sure you guys download the app, I want to say, because with the app, I can talk as long as I want for this introductory. And you guys can either put it on in the background when you're doing your work, or you can bring it within the car, you can put on your earbuds. So I am doing the introductory talk right here and now, and this is going to help show you around and how to get in and how to use this month and what to do. So welcome to March, and this is the month of align, instinct, and action. So I'm really, really excited about this. This really comes from my pathfinding course, and this month is not louder, it's not bigger, but it's going deeper. So March is our reset month. So alignment is our subject, and alignment is the opposite of being in survival mode. Alignment is at the core of my coaching course. And if you're aligned with your goals and your wishes in your art, in your business, in your life, you'll experience clarity and you'll feel really strong and powerful. So that's why alignment is important. So if you're aligned, it brings, it brings in strength and it brings in success. So the past couple months this year, we worked a lot on clarity, getting clear with our ideas. And if you are not here, the opportunity to work on clarity is always here. We just move one step in front of the other. So what is alignment about, and why should we care if we're aligned, right? So alignment is part of the formula that I work on in all my courses, and it's for success. It's part of success. It's part of getting to success. And it goes like this, the formula that I work with. It goes with clarity. So first, you decide where you're going, what you're doing, you bring in clarity. And then the second thing, once you get your clarity, the second thing that happens is you start aligning. Things feel good. You're working towards something. You know what you're working towards. Your body aligns. Your goals, your wishes align with your body, and you're clearer, so you'll work through things. And then after that, because you're working in alignment to what your body loves to do, and we're all different. Every single one of us has a different way, a different dream, a different possibility. So after you're working in alignment, you start to feel your passion. That's how you get to your passion. So passion is your love, and where you love getting into your studio and building. But that's not the end of it. I see a lot of artists that are stopped right here. The next thing is magnetism, and it's like because when you have clarity, alignment, passion, and love, you start having a magnetism where you start attracting the people that are meant to be with you. So after magnetism comes success. Of course, success. Success in whatever you're trying to bring in, what your dreams are, what you're looking to build in your life, in your business, in your work, whatever you're trying to bring forward, you have success. So that's what it all leads to. So this whole formula works by staying in your creative brain. And that is not just for creative people, that is for lawyers, accountants, janitors, creators. I saw my dad, who was an accountant, who worked the same formula. So in fact, when you're thinking about this, when I talk about creativity, your brain, there's only two modes that your brain can be in at any given time. And one of them is survival, and the other one is creativity. And if you think about it, so survival is that panic mode, that where you don't feel good, it's really earthy, you're trying to super control your own life, and that gives you a little bit of anxiety. That's what we're trying to raise up from. And when people say raise up into a higher consciousness, that's called your creativity brain. And that's where you're open to problem solving. It's more expansive. You can get into really moving forward into alignment and bringing in your dreams that you really want to. And that's a lot of the talk that's going around now. So here's the truth of the matter. Right now, whether we're saying it out loud or not, many artists and many people in the world right now are operating in survival. That doesn't do anybody any good. So when the nervous system is in survival, then creators either freeze up, where you can't move, you feel a block, or like go into like a hectic mode of overproducing. And that's what I see a lot. So you end up, we scroll more, we question more, we overthink, we compare, we tighten up, when you're in that survival mode. So alignment brings in something different. It brings in calm and clarity, and it brings in really decisive movements. So this month, as we move into alignment, it's not about producing more. It's about producing in alignment. And that's a powerful distinction that we're doing this month. So what is the role of the artist right now? What is your role? What is my role? What are we, when the world feels unstable, the role of the artist becomes even more vital, not less. Our jobs are more powerful. We're here to inspire with our work. We're here to process culture. We're here to create symbols. We're here to tell stories. We build objects that hold meaning for people who don't even have the language to build what they're feeling or have it in their life. So historically, artists don't disappear during uncertain times. They stabilize, they ground, they become stronger. And I have experienced this personally after being in my field for 35 years. In my own career, through marked shifts, material spikes, economic downturns, I've always done better when I've leaned into my authentic work, and especially during like troubled times when people are in fear. And in fact, you hate to bring this into the factor, but it's like I've always sold my work better too when your work is from the heart and it's aligned. When you're producing, when you're selling not trend-driven work, not fear-based work, not reactionary work, you're doing your real authentic work. So when I simplify in my life, and when I'm focused, and when I can trust the shapes and symbols that I'm building, that are already mine, that's alignment. And we're gonna talk more about this later, because I'm building some crazy symbols, and that's what the month really is about, but I'll tell you that in a minute. So this is alignment. Materials move in cycles, markets shift, authenticity will build your momentum. So what alignment really is to us, alignment is not branding, it's not aesthetic, it's not a mood board. Alignment is a relationship between your heart, your work, your structure, and your market, because your market where you sell is just as important. So this month, we're gonna bring all of these into a relationship together. So we're not going to do an overhaul. We are going to refine, we're not gonna panic, we're gonna stabilize. We're not gonna reinvent, we're gonna recognize. So that's all we're doing. You're on the right track. We don't need to reinvent. So this month, you guys, inside of here, I'm really excited about the things that we have going on. So the first thing, we're doing this inner work to regulate your nervous system. So with that, it's like I was really excited. There's a breath work in here. It's 20 minutes long. It really does help you to let go and to bring in that creative brain space. I hope you guys try it. I got some really good input from it. From last month, I gave you guys one. This one is just as powerful. Do it as many times as you want, but it really, truly will help you let go and bring in this beautiful mind space that you're in. So I know people are loving it, so try that, you guys. Try that first. Alignment isn't a mindset, it's a physiology. So your nervous system cannot occupy survival and creativity at the same time. So when you're in survival, you have actions like this. You'll hoard, you'll freeze up, you burn out, you say yes and make commitments just out of fear. So when you're, and that's like things that you get into when you're in that survival mode. When you're in that higher consciousness of creativity and when you're regulated, your problem solving returns and your work gets smooth and you know what to do next. Your vision widens so you can kind of take things in and build from your heart, and your instincts sharpen so you get really good at listening to yourself. And that's what happens when you're in the creative space. And I do a little talk about what this breath work is about, but you guys have a really good breath work in here. So this month I'm bringing in ancient nervous system practices that are used across cultures to regulate fear, steady your perception, and return to clarity in a breathwork technique that will last about 20 minutes. And if you haven't tried it yet in here, please try it this time. I put in one last month and got some great comments. So you're not calming down from this. You're reclaiming your authority over your energy. And this will bring you into leadership. So I'm really excited. Please try that out. So the second thing we have in here this month is a creative project and a deep dive assignment. So this is like all about shapes. So I'm going to actually, you can bump over next. I just have a small talk and I have a meditation about shapes. So these all go together. So I'm doing a meditation to kind of bring you into this great space where you can find what shape is important to you right now. I love doing these meditations because I find when I did this through pathfinding, I did this through body of work, and you really get close to your personal symbolism that helps bring your work into a power place. And I share one of my stories in this little short talk too. So the meditation is for symbols, and it's about reoccurring shapes. So we move this into the hands. The project this month is so nice and simple. I'm actually showing you a symbolism, how to build a shape. So I'm building a shape from nature, and you guys will see when you're in there. But what I really want you to do is take that shape that we're building and bring it into your own space. So also this project is about choosing one reoccurring shape after the meditation. Finding, through the meditation, you'll be finding one reoccurring shape in your work. Not just as an aesthetic, not as a trend, not looking through Pinterest. You want to find your shape, whether it's a circle, an arc, a shield, an I form, and you're just going to gather together. You want to look at your work and gather together, and this will be in the journal area. So repetition creates mastery. Repetition creates your signature, and repetition creates authority. So no overcomplication. We're just doing one new shape, not a full collection. It's about refining, not reinventing. Alignment strengthens confidence dramatically. So take a look at your work, and you can see what symbol you're using over and over again in your work. And then I'm bringing in a new symbol, and I want to talk to you about what symbol I'm using in my work. So that's really fun. It's the project, it's a meditation, and it's a journal challenge about using your powerful shape. So the fourth thing we're doing is the journal structure. And this is kind of cool because this is on the business side of things. And this is, when you get there, it's really just, I'm asking you questions. So when you sit down with your journals, you can use all the information I'm giving you. But this is about some business structure, the move you've been avoiding. So alignment requires pruning. How about that? Letting go. So really the whole month is about letting go and bringing in. So this month, with your work, you will eliminate one misaligned element in your work or your business. You pick, just one. Maybe it's an old product line, maybe it's an old design, maybe it's an old symbol, maybe it's a price that no longer fits you, maybe it's a collaboration that drains you, maybe it's in your inventory, maybe your social media feels outdated, but this will be in your journal page too, is what am I tolerating in my work or business that no longer fits me? Then make one clean move, not 10, just one. Instinct plus action, just one. What are you letting go of in your business or your work, right? Powerful. That's in the journal area. It's more of a written paper. So answer that question. I promise you it will bring you a lot of energy. And there's one other area in here, and this is our algorithm. And the algorithm, Brooke's going to be in here. She has a short recording for you. If it's not up exactly when this opens, it'll be up the next couple days. And that is about our Instagram program we have, about getting ourselves out there in a real way. She's giving you real questions, real, we're all working together on putting our real work out there, so that's really cool. Look in that algorithm area too. So that's what we're doing this month. There's a lot going on, but keep it simple. Don't try to do everything. So with our closing energy with this subject today of aligning, this month is about building an internal architecture. That's your alignment, right? Creating clarity gives you strength. Simple gives you structure, and design gives you your devotion and your love and your passion. So this month we're steady, we're clear, we move deliberately. Alignment is not dramatic, it is disciplined. By the end of the month, you'll feel calmer, build one focused aligned piece with a new symbol in your work. You'll make one decisive decision about what you're letting go of. You'll declare your direction publicly through your social media or in our group, our meeting group, not because you pushed, but because you listened. So welcome to March. And the only other thing that I want to say to you is that I'd love to see you show up for our meeting. It's always the first Wednesday of the month at 3 p.m. And that's where we can go over the algorithms, what we're doing. We can talk about the month. You guys can prepare yourself. And I like to hear from you. So it really is meeting with our community. I get so excited. You guys are my community. I look forward to you. And remember, this is a coaching program. So I'm ready to help move you to the next level if you are ready. Align. Fini.